So let yourself arrive. Let your body soften and settle. Inhale slowly. Exhale fully. Let's take a few floss breaths. Gentle breath in and out. Long, slow out breath, allowing yourself to be a little air hungry. On the next inhale, imagine the emerald green light of earth rising up through the soles of your feet, through your legs, your belly, your heart, your crown, reaching to the stars. With the exhale, a stream of crystalline golden white light pouring down from the sun and stars, entering through your crown and flowing through your body, rooting deep into the earth. Emerald light rising, golden white light descending. Yin and yang, heaven and earth. The breath flossing every energy center. On the next breath, as you exhale, imagine yourself opening the front door of your home. The fullness of summer has become a little too much. Maybe you're feeling a little burned out, or perhaps you've said yes to more than you have capacity for. Maybe your mind is racing with thoughts that have no resolution. Maybe it's too many commitments, too many conversations that you know you will never have circulating in your head. It's the invisible weight that gathers quietly over the course of a day or a life. Something within you knows it's time for a walk. And stepping outside, you pause for a moment to take a slow, deep breath. You offer a simple prayer to the nature spirits, asking for clarity. The late summer air is warm against your skin. It carries the scent of ripening fruit, sun-warmed earth, and dry grass. And you begin to walk, and there is nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to accomplish. It's just the path, just this breath. Your feet find their rhythm, and so does your breathing, the inhale and the exhale. With each out breath, allow your shoulders to soften. With the in-breath, imagine the nourishing light of earth flowing through your body. With the exhale, imagine releasing one small thing you no longer need to carry. Perhaps it's a worry, an expectation, a burden that's become too familiar. There's no need to force anything, just simply breathe. Know that it's possible to let it return to compost. And step by step, the chatter of your mind, the world around you begins to grow quieter. The sounds of everyday life fade into the distance. The bird song becomes clearer. You notice the breeze on your skin, and the sunlight is somehow brighter. Without quite realizing when it happened, your familiar road becomes a mountain path. The climb is gentle and steady. It's an ancient path that appears only when the heart is ready. With every breath, the air becomes a little cleaner, a little cooler, a little more spacious. Mountain path winds gently beside a clear stream, its water dancing over smooth stones, singing a quiet song. The forest around you is lush and green, with towering pines and hardwood overhead, ferns blanketing the floor. Moss softens every fallen stone and fallen log, and as you continue to climb, almost without noticing, the forest begins to change. The great trees become a little smaller, more widely spaced, and sunlight reaches the path more easily now. The air carries the scent of spruce and ferns and fresh mountain water. The stream, once broad and playful, grows more narrow and swifter, tumbling over huge granite ledges. And you continue climbing, breath by breath, step by step. The path becomes steeper now. Ancient stones seem to emerge naturally from this mountainside, as though countless of feet have walked this way before you. Ahead, a blanket of clouds wraps itself around the mountain, and the path disappears into the mist. You step forward, and the clouds enfold you completely, cool against your face and chilly on your sweaty skin. Soft and silent, the world disappears. You can only see the next few steps before you, and you continue climbing, breath by breath, step by step. The gray mist begins to shimmer, pearly white at first, brilliant and glowing, vibrating with the quiet song of the cosmos. The light goes brighter with every step until the clouds themselves seem woven from radiance. You continue to walk through this veil of light, and then the mist begins to lift. You take one more step and you emerge above the tree line. And before you stretches an immense crystal mesa extending to every horizon. The air is astonishingly clear, and the forest now lies far below, like a great green sea of covering the valleys. Above you is only sky, around you is silence. You're standing on a vast mesa, and before you, scattered across its great expanse, stand towering crystal beings rising from the mountain in every direction, some taller than ancient trees. Clear quartz, rose quartz, amethyst, emerald, sapphire, ruby, citrine, opal, diamond, every precious gem, every color of the rainbow, each rising from the living mountain like an ancient standing stone, radiant with its own unique presence. As sunlight pours through them, they awaken in song. Some sing low, resonant tones, and others shimmer with a brighter crystalline voice. And together they become a celestial choir, like countless crystal singing bowls woven together with voices of light. The music is both immense and familiar. It seems to move through every cell of your body, bringing profound peace and stillness. You sense that these are not merely crystals, that they are ancient beings, living conduits through which creative breath of heaven continually meets the receptive heart of earth. Within their luminous bodies, the sacred union of heaven and earth gives rise to the living current of creation itself. And you stand in silent wonder. The beauty is beyond comprehension. Every breath of creation flows through this sacred place. And as you stand quietly among these ancient crystal beings, you begin to notice movement. At first, it's almost imperceptible. But as your eyes slowly adjust to the light of this extraordinary place, you realize that you're not alone. Moving gracefully among the crystal beings are the grandmothers, ancient beyond imagining. Some with silver hair flowing to their waists, others with long dark braids woven with feathers, tiny flowers, or strands of crystal beads. Their robes are every shade of moss and lichen, bark and autumn leaves and river stone. There's many of them, dozens, maybe hundreds, working quietly together. No one speaks. There is no need. Each knows exactly what is theirs to do. Drawn by curiosity, you walk a little closer. In the center of the mesa, the grandmothers are gathered in a great circle, the crystal beings surrounding them in every direction, their celestial song filling the air. The grandmothers are listening with complete attention, their hands moving with exquisite precision. And at first you can't understand what it is they're doing. And then you begin to see it. The songs of the crystal beings become visible. Each note emerges as a luminous thread of living light. Some shimmering sapphire blue and others emerald green, ruby and amber, amethyst and silver and gold. Every color carrying its own quality, its own wisdom, its own gift. And with extraordinary patience and exquisite care, the grandmothers gather these living threads into their hands, and one by one, thread by thread, they weave them together, not into a cloth, but into the radiant tapestry from which all creation is continuously renewed. Every movement of their hands forms a new relationship, new possibilities, new expressions of beauty. Nothing is hurried, nothing is forced, every thread finding its rightful place. You stand in silent wonder. One of the grandmothers looks up and meets your eye. Her face is lined with wisdom of countless ages, and she smiles warmly. And with the gentlest movement of her hand, she invites you into the circle. The other grandmothers shuffle to make space for you, as if you had always belonged. And as you step forward, the song of the crystal being surrounds you completely. You feel it vibrating through your heart, through your bones, through every cell of your body. The grandmother reaches toward you, and from the center of your heart, delicate threads of light begin to emerge. Some shine with brilliant gold, and others with emerald green, deep sapphire, or soft rose, or silvery white. Every thread carrying something of your life, moments of great joy or times of sorrow, acts of courage or dreams that sustain you, lessons learned in love and wisdom born in loss. Nothing has been wasted. Every experience has been refined into something beautiful. The grandmothers gently place these luminous threads into your hands, and then she nods, inviting you to join the weaving. And with a quiet reverence, you lift the first thread and weave it into the great tapestry. As it finds its place, the entire pattern subtly shifts, and you understand immediately that every thread matters. Every life matters, every act of kindness, every moment of forgiveness, every prayer, every offering of love. Nothing exists apart from the whole. And as you continue weaving beside the grandmothers, you begin to recognize what's taking shape. A child preparing to enter the world, a forest renewing itself after a fire, two strangers whose lives will one day meet. A melody waiting for its composer, a seed, a dream, an unexpected act of compassion, a moment of healing. This tapestry is alive, continually changing, continually becoming. A deeper knowing begins to arise. This is not the first time your hands have touched the great weaving. You've touched it in every loving choice and every act of courage. You've touched it with every kindness, in every sorrow you've transformed, with every prayer and every offering of your heart. Every one has become a thread of this living tapestry of creation, and you have always been part of the great weaving. You simply couldn't see it before, but now you know. The great weaving has always been woven through your life, and your life has always been woven into the great weaving. As this truth settles quietly into your heart, one of the grandmothers steps forward toward you and gently reaches for your hands. As she turns them upward, she opens her palm to reveal a tiny crystal, no longer larger than an acorn. It shines with all the colors you have seen upon this sacred mesa. The colors shift and dance within it as though it were alive, and she places it gently in your hands. As your fingers close around it, you hear its song, the same celestial music that has filled the sacred space, the song of the great weaving. The song of heaven and earth continually creating life together. The grandmother smiles and then with one finger gently touches the center of your chest. The little crystal dissolves into pure light and flows effortlessly into your heart, and you feel it settle there. A living reminder that whenever you begin to forget, whenever the worries of the world become too heavy, whenever you lose sight of your own place in the great weaving, you simply place your hand upon your heart, take a slow, gentle breath, and listen. The song will be there. Grandmothers step back, and the crystal beings continue their celestial chorus. The great weaving continues, as it always has and as it always will. You bow in deep gratitude to the grandmothers and the crystal beings, to the hidden sanctuary where creation is continually renewed. And slowly you begin to walk back across the crystal mesa, the song growing softer with every step, not because it's fading, but because it's now singing within you. Ahead, the veil of luminous clouds awaits, and you step into the radiant mist. And once again, you can only see the next few steps before you, breath by breath, step by step, the brilliant white slowly softening to pearl and silver, and then ordinary mountain mist. As you continue descending, the familiar world gradually returns. First the windswept trees, then the forest gathering around you once again, the mountain stream greeting you with its cheerful song, the scent of sweet fern and warm earth filling the air, birds calling from the branches overhead, and without quite realizing when it happened, the mountain path becomes your familiar road, and you find yourself once again standing at your own front door. Before going inside, you pause and place your hand over your heart and take one slow, gentle breath. Perhaps you can hear it sing, the quiet song of the crystal beings, the ethereal, eternal music of the great weaving. Know that with every loving thought, with every courageous act and every kindness, every offering of your heart continues to become another thread in the living tapestry of creation. Take one final step and open the door. When you're ready, you can come back to this room